Hello again, this is video number 27 from the SAT group. We are the only group that teaches SAT to American kids who hate math, okay? We wrote this book many years ago. This was my doctorate at Harvard, the I Hate Mathematics book. We're 37 teachers who live around the world. We used to teach children in various countries. I'm from the States. We used to get these kids ready for the SAT exam, Spanish kids from Madrid, Bolivians, Israeli kids, kids from El Cairo and Tokyo, and now we form a group. Now, the reason we have this book here is that we are the only school in the world that teaches people the SAT math for people who hate math. We call you poets. A poet is a person who's not necessarily a poet, but is someone who doesn't really like math. It's not your cup of tea. So if you're interested in going to Harvard or Yale or MIT and studying engineering, you probably don't really need us. Okay, now we can do the job too, okay, because we have doctorados or PhDs from Harvard or MIT, and we teach, but we really prefer to teach kids. I mean, one of the reasons why I got into this business was I used to teach adults at high-level universities, high-level math, like ring theory. I don't know if you know what ring theory is, but I used to teach it. I loved it. And most of the children or most of the kids learning it, they just licked it off the board. It was really easy for them. And I made a little extra money on the side giving private English classes to kids who were like in the 8th grade or in the 12th grade who just didn't like math so much. And I found it much more rewarding because as a teacher, you might want to hear yourself talking out loud, and that might be your reward. Okay, so teach at a university, but if you like to see the difference that you make in a person really fast, teaching kids or people who don't like math, like high school seniors who really don't like math, when you finish explaining something to them, you know, they say to you, "How come no one ever explained it like that to me before? Now I understand it." You know, they have their moment of eureka. That is why I decided to give up teaching the high-level ring theory and teach the kids in high school or even in junior high or elementary school. It's much more rewarding for us. So, if you're looking for an English teacher or a math teacher to prepare you for the SAT, our group can do it. Okay, the reading and the writing will prepare you for it very well. Even if you don't like reading and writing, we'll help you learn how to do it. Now, there's no tricks. We'll just help you with what are called outlines, how to answer any question in a very elegant, nice way. Okay? To a certain degree, you're going to dance around the question and dress it up nicely, but you've got to answer the question in a way that the examiners feel you understand what you're talking about. I'm also an SAT examiner. Okay? I mean, the money we earn, preparing SAT is not enough to make ends meet. Most of us are also SAT examiners or TOEFL examiners, or the GRE, for example. I also work with GRE, and I'm an examiner. I'm one of the people who decides the questions you have to answer on this test in math or reading or writing, and I'm one of the correctors. Okay, so you're talking to the guy who knows what this business is about. So I found it very rewarding when I taught, adding fractions to a kid. He suddenly understood it. I said, this makes me a lot happier than teaching ring theory or logarithms or natural logarithms to kids in high school. And when I was teaching a high school senior something very basic like exponents or calculus or derivatives, and this kid was maybe interested in studying art at the university, I saw in his face that he understood it. And he said to me, something like, I got it now, but no one ever explained it to me that way. It's so simple. And I said, yeah, I don't understand it because your teacher in your high school is teaching over your head. And that's a problem. We can teach you as if you were a poet, and math is not your cup of tea. You can get us on Skype at Levi Hello. Okay, I have to go now because I have a class by Skype now with a girl who lives in Madrid, Spain. And I have to speak Spanish with her because an hour ago I was speaking English with a guy in Verona, Wisconsin, who wants to go to the University of Florida in Gainesville. So I'm going to speak now in Spanish a little bit. I have to prepare for her. Ok, buenos días a todos. Ahora voy a hablar español con mi alumna que vive en Madrid, España. Bye-bye to everybody.